Hello, Rich U. I am Mr. Roberts, and welcome to my AP Music Theory recruitment video. I'm going to explain what AP Music Theory is all about and why you should take it. Here we go. You, Ridgeview student, are a musician who is excellent at playing their instrument, whether that's violin, singing, tuba, clarinet, whatever. And so right now you probably have the ability to look at a line of music like this and play it. AP Music Theory and the class of music theory is taking that one step further and saying, okay, that's fine, you could play one line of music, but can you understand, could you sing, could you know how the entire thing fits together, all four parts in this case. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go through this piece and analyze all of these things to give you a sense of what we do in AP Music Theory, what you'll know by the end of this class. Tempo. In this class, you'll learn all about tempo. This tempo is adagio, which means slowly. Time signatures. We'll learn all about time signatures. The time signature here is 3/4. 3/4. So that's 3 of what? The 4 means quarter notes. 3 quarter notes per measure. We'll learn how this is considered a simple meter. Why? You'll have to take the class to find out. The key signature is 3 sharps, F, C, and G sharp, and we'll learn how to identify this as A major. You probably can play your instrument and read your clef pretty well. Music theory is about being able to read all clefs, treble, but also alto and bass. So I'm going to write down note names for all of these notes here and all of the different clefs. Next, solfege singing. We're going to learn how to sing this stuff. Singing all of these note names, E, A, C sharp, B, A, C sharp, is kind of a mouthful. We don't always have lyrics in music, so what we use is solfege. That would sound like this. Sol, do, do, mi, re, do, mi, re, do, la, sol. And so we'll be able to do that for all of the parts. The alto line would be ti, mi, do, do, mi, and so on and so forth. The cello line, the bass clef, sol, do, ti, la, mi, fa, do. And that is a big part of AP Music Theory. When we get to the second semester, we'll start analyzing chords. And so I'm going to fast forward, and when I come back, I will have all of the chords. That's how all of these notes fit together to produce a chord, a group of multiple notes. We're also going to learn how to do Roman numeral analysis, which is taking these chords and converting them into Roman numerals. Why do we do this? We'll also learn about phrase types. And finally, cadences. Okay, so we did a whole bunch of analysis on this song. Why do we care? Because it takes us from a place of being able to play just one line to a place of understanding the whole thing. It means that I can put together this entire song in my head, or in this case, on the guitar. Here I go. Amazing grace, how sweet the saved a wretch like me. Sounds daunting? Yes, for sure. I think it's a lot of stuff to learn in 1 year. But that's our cue for AP Music Theory. What is AP Music Theory? It's a step-by-step process for learning all of this stuff in 8 units. And it includes terrific resources to help you. It's also an opportunity for college credit and a huge head start for college if you're planning to study music in college. You will totally succeed if you like music, if you play your instrument or sing your instrument, your voice, often, and if you do the homework. You will totally succeed at this class. So, I wanted to give you a taste of the very first lesson in this class. Okay, so an important skill in music theory when we first start is just the calligraphy, the penmanship of writing music. And so we start by just knowing that this is the staff. These 5 lines. The staff has 5 lines and notes live on these lines or in the spaces. Let's agree on what to call these lines and spaces. Okay, so the bottom line, we'll call that the first line, then the second line, the third line, the fourth line, the 5th line. Okay, so if I say, hey, that note's actually on the 5th line, you'll know that that's this one up here. We also have notes that live in the spaces. So this is the first space, the second space, the third space, and the 4th space. And so if I say, hey, that note is in the first space, then you know that's right there. So we need to agree on those terms. Next, let's talk about 5 different types of notes and how to properly draw them on the staff. So the quarter note. Let's draw a quarter note on the first line. We've got a note head here. Make sure that the line goes right down the middle of the note head. And then we have a stem, and that's a quarter note. Let's draw a quarter note on the 3rd space. You notice that when I drew it here in the bottom part of the staff, the stem was on the right side and it went up. When we're in the top half of the staff, the stem is going to be on the left side and it's going to go down. So 4th line, does the stem go up or down? It goes down because it's in the top part of the staff. 3rd line, does the stem go up or down? It's exactly in the middle of the staff, right? This is the top part, this is the bottom part, this is the middle. And so the answer is you get to decide if you want it to go up or if you want it to go down. And that's how to properly draw a quarter note. Next, let's draw a half note. A half note is an empty note head with a stem. That's one on the first line. How about the 3rd space? 1, 2, 3. I don't like this one because I kind of was too big. How about on the 2nd line? Note head would go up. Next, a whole note on the first line. And a whole note is just an empty note head, no stem. How about on the 3rd space? Empty note head, no stem. How about on the 2nd line? An 8th note includes a solid note head, a stem, and a flag. In the 3rd space, the stem would be going down. The flag actually goes the same direction though, always on the right side of the stem. The 2nd line, solid note head, stem, and flag. Okay, so when we have 2 or more 8th notes, sometimes we, instead of drawing a bunch of little flags, we connect them together. So we have 2 solid note heads, 2 stems, and then a beam connecting them together. Now the stems go down, the beam connecting them together. What if we have eighth notes on different parts of the staff, like the second line and the fourth space? So one here and one up here. Which direction should the stems go? Really, it doesn't matter all that much, but I guess we're saying, this is less lower, this is more upper in terms of their spot on the lower or upper part of the staff. And so we'll go with this one wins because it's even higher than this one is lower. And so we'd have stems going down, connect them like that. The last thing I'll talk about in this recruitment video, notes have note head, which is either solid or empty. And then they have stems, which go up when the note is on the bottom part of the staff, or down when it's on the upper part of the staff. Notes have flags, some notes have flags, and finally notes sometimes have beams when we're connecting two or more eighth notes or 16th notes or 32nd notes. We'll get to those other types of notes later. So there you go, folks. That is an example of one of the first lessons I'll give. I would pass out a worksheet to have you practice this and just make sure that our notation, our penmanship, our calligraphy is correct and clear. But thank you so much for watching. Again, this has been my AP Music Theory recruitment video explaining AP Music Theory and why you should take it. Thank you.